The bees!
The bees!
The bees!
Open my eyes! Eyes! Ah!
You know what? That was the reason I picked this film, and I
bees.
absolutely regret it.
Give me your hand! Give me your hand!
Why was that girl so weird?
Yeah,
She was weird, wasn't she?
she was weird. Yeah, she was weird.
The Wickerman 2006 centres around Nicolas Cage's character of Edward Malus. Starts off slightly moody cop, very quickly turns into a policeman with severe PTSD.
Yeah, I think he's imagined that one.
Due to a traffic collision that he's actually at fault for, because he walks out into the road and makes the big lorry swerve out of his way and crash into the car that he's pulled over. He gets a mysterious letter after this horrific road traffic accident to tell him that his ex-fiance's daughter is missing and would he come and help find her. So he goes to this mysterious island called Summer's Isle, which is like this pagan commune, mainly women, where the men all look a bit simple and the women are all in charge. Essentially, he then spends an hour and a half getting gaslighted by these women, and then he gets burnt alive. And that's the end of the film.
This is essentially like a horror film for incels.
What's an incel?
Someone who's involuntarily celibate.
I like you.
Well, fuck you, Dave. Fuck you very much. It's an album song.
It is a commune of horrible women
Yeah.
who then do horrible things to men.
To a real simp man as well.
Yeah. To be fair, though, actually, I don't know if it was just because I didn't want to watch this again, but by the end of the second time of watching this, I was quite happy to watch Cage burn.
Yeah.
Because I was like, no, you're a prick, mate.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
There are brief flashes of Cage being Cage, but they are so brief and so few and far between that ultimately this film just turns into him just walking around looking slightly exasperated and old and young women alike looking a bit smug at him. So his ex-fiancée she is a member of this commune. He gets the letter from her. Turns out they had actually been engaged, and then she'd basically just ghosted him.
Yeah.
She disappeared. It turns out she's gone back to this place. She has a daughter who she says goes missing. Then it transpires that actually it's their daughter.
No, I don't know. I do not know that our daughter's going to be okay.
No, this is so awful.
I think he punches out two different women in this movie.
He does.
I don't know why I find that funny, and I know this is terrible,
Yeah.
but the difference in size and just him going full pelt.
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
You would go full pelt because he's driven to that, but there's something about that I find so funny every time it happens.
And he's off duty, so it's kind of even worse, really.
Yeah.
It just makes him as a character
Yeah.
look terrible. It's not like he's trying to defend himself, is it?
One of them, he just does it to her because he's annoyed with her.
You look a bit worse for wear now, don't you?
He's a broken man in this
She
movie.
is quite insufferable, that
Yeah.
character. Not that that is an excuse, but she is quite insufferable.
They make honey, and he is allergic to bees. When he first gets to the island, he goes to the bar to get asked for a room, kills a bee, and they all suddenly look angry. Gaslighted for an hour and a half, and then it turns out that it's all a big trick, and they just wanted him there so that you could sacrifice him in order that next year they'll get more honey from the bees. Because they had a shit harvest last year.
Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey!
But I know it will.
This island, Summer Isle, is a private island. They explain that at the beginning when you arrive. How did you get here? This is a private
Not Summer
island.
Isle. Summer Isle in the original. They changed it in this to Summer's Isle because they thought, and I don't know why, that Americans would struggle.
I knew you were going to say it's because of that. Anything's ever changed is because they always worry Americans are going to struggle. That's what they think
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
Who are they, I wonder?
They.
They.
Give them some bloody credit.
I am.
Or
I'm
just
saying.
try it.
Fight
I'm not
back.
talking. I'm just talking generally.
I mean,
to
to be fair, it was an American production company that made the movie, so you've got to look inwards, guys.
It is he.
And then the two from the Matrix.
So it sounds like they've sort of edited out a lot of the story about him sort of having this trauma surrounding the accident.
Yeah, because ultimately they just show some flashbacks in black and white and then him popping pills.
The way it's presented in this film, you're just like, oh, this is annoying. He sits on the thing and he sees the girl underneath, under the jetty, and then he jumps in, grabs her, and then he wakes up because he knows that's a dream. And then he's got her on her lap, and then he wakes up again. And it's like, I don't know how that worked. That's Inception. Like, I don't think the fact that the car exploded and he was at fault for it, also really difficult how they planned that in any kind of way to go, oh yeah, you're going to smash head on with us and we're going to go to the side, it's going to catch a light, and then we'll get out when Nick Cage knocks to the ground. Like,
when the car explodes.
None of it makes sense in any way. And it's like, why would they need to do that? Because all that it took was for his ex-fiancée to write a letter and say, my child's missing. Early on, he gets a random phone call.
Hello?
No one answers, right? When he says hello. And it's like, why? Who's that for, and why are we doing that?
He both over and underacts in equal measure at the same time.
That's what you get with him.
Yeah, because he looks like he's so uninterested, yet at points, that phone call in particular, he's got the phone to his ear. Hello?
Hello?
Like he's never heard a noise from a phone before. Like, oh my God, it makes sound.
It's like an unfunny Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean gets ritualistically sacrificed.
Yeah.
You never really get him go
Not even-
full-blown Nick
nowhere
Cage,
near.
except in the bits that aren't in it. There are scenes that are not available in the sort of the theatrical version, which they were taken out in order to secure it a 12 rating. Those scenes come sort of mostly towards the end, and it's where he basically gets like miseried. He gets his legs broken, he gets more bees put on him, which we know he's allergic to, and then he gets kind of dragged. But you don't get that in the version that we watched.
No.
You just get them walking along with him wrapped up in like a potato sack. And then just the voiceover of him going, killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey.
She is such a wet flannel.
Who's that?
I don't know. Whoever's doing this, trying to make.
I know why she's playing dumb. It annoys me that he is so wet. And he's wet, and she's wet, and
it's a miracle he's set on fire.
Breaks into a school lesson.
Oh, I love that. I did like that bit. He just doesn't break in. He just bursts in.
Will you tell us what man represents in his purest form?
Yes.
Phallic symbol, phallic symbol.
School's really changed since I was a kid.
And funnily enough, the teacher gets a bit pissy with him.
Yeah.
And then he rumps the work out.
Yeah, that annoyed me as well. But then she does get a bit salty. And then, to be fair, she does then, help.
He's complicit in his murder, yeah.
And then all the kids, they all just lie to him. No, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this.
You little liars. Rowan Woodward is your classmate, isn't she? Isn't she?
He is just a horrible, horrible man.
He is. You are quite happy to watch him burn by the end of it. You really are.
Get off the bike. Get off the bike. Step away from the bike.
The original movie was based on a book called Ritual, and this movie is based on a combination of the original movie and the book. So it may well be that they take some elements from the book that were not used in the original movie, but I would argue that they were not used in the original movie because they were not necessary. The director of the original 1973 movie sued Universal in order to ensure that his name wasn't included in any of the promotional material. His name is included on the credits because it says it's based on his movie.
Yeah.
But he sued to make sure he wasn't included in anything. It also got 5 Razzie nominations. Unfortunately, didn't win any of them.
Oh yeah, it looks like
lost out a lot to Marlon Wayans.
Yeah,
He's adorable.
nothing. I think like it's not even a good. So bad, it's good. It's just boring.
Yeah, nothing from me. I regret picking this as a choice.
I fell asleep watching it, rewatching it last night, and then I'll bounce through the last half hour today, and it was just terrible. So yeah, nothing.
So Nicolas Cage's Wickerman gets 0 out of 15.
Sorry, Nick.
If you want to see more from us, you should see this one, which is Nicolas Cage in Deadfall. It's a brilliant performance. That is hilarious.
And he's got a fake nose in that one.
And he has a fake nose. And if you want to see something else that's funny, there's one here, which was, what was we saying it was? Western World, because that is
terrible.
Awful. So bad. Worse than this as a film. But yeah, anyway, go watch that.